Hello Capricorn, this is Victoria from Mindful Bamboo and I'm here with your October tarot forecast. We'll be looking at your love life, at your career space, and we'll get some guidance from the universe on how to best utilize the energies of the month of October. At the end, I'll post some messages for you in love. So it's not the usual format that I do, but I feel like it's worked really well last month. So I'm doing it again. It's gonna be useful regardless of whether you have somebody specific in mind, you're in a relationship, or you are not at all, completely single. Maybe you aren't even thinking about it right now, right? But this is almost like guidance for you specifically, what to pay attention to, what is the direction, to go into, right? Or something important to point out. Of course, up to you to see how much it resonates, because this is a collective reading. So take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't. This reading is for Sun, Moon, and Rising Capricorn. So if you're checking for a sun sign, please check out readings for your other placements as well. And we'll start with an oracle message as always. And this month, it's gonna be the Moonology deck, which I got from a friend of mine. So I'm really excited. And definitely want to, too excited, messed up the cards. Definitely want to get to know the deck better. So that's what we are doing together. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. And if this video resonates, please like the video. It helps me circulate this message to more people. If you're interested in a personal reading, you can reach out to me via either an email address in the description box or my website, mindfulbamboo.com. Alrighty, full moon in Leo. Don't let pride get in your way. Very interesting. Yeah, it's the shadow side of the Leo energy, I would say. When the person, like talking about the energy right now, obviously we're talking about Capricorn, not Leo, but Leo energy in shadow mode could mean that you're not necessarily considering other people around you, that you may have this superiority complex, that you're better than others, things like that. So just something to be mindful of. And of course, it's not necessarily that you're doing it on purpose, right? But there could be a blind spot somewhere where you're not really considering how your actions, your decisions are impacting people around you. That's what this is about. Okay, so for your love life, you have Ace of Cups, beautiful card of unconditional love, Knight of Swords, and the Sun, the happiest card in the deck. This is Leo energy, by the way. Maybe you are dealing with a Leo, or you could have Leo energy in your chart, of course. For your career space, you have 5 of Swords, 8 of Swords. Whoa, sharp. Justice. This is Libra energy. Could be dealing with a Libra. Alrighty. A little rough, but with some happy end at the end. And the advice, the High Priestess. This is Pisces energy. Knight of Wands. And Nine of Cups. Wish fulfillment. I love it. The last card. And at the bottom of the deck, we have King of Wands. So you could be dealing with a fire sign, or you could just feel a lot of fire, a lot of passion about something right now that you're pursuing in your life. So let's take a look at what we have here. So lots of great energy here, and I love that in this Sun card, in this deck, it actually has 2 people, a couple basically. Even we can say a family, right? Because there's a dog too. Being in harmony, enjoy together, enjoying life, enjoying their life, right? So this marks the time where you can find next level harmony and alignment with your person, with your partner. And the way to do it is through unconditional love and communication about it. As simple as it may sound, of course, it's easier said than done. But I'm sure that now that I'm starting to say that, you already know where there could be some areas for improvement, right? where you're not completely satisfied, you're not really in that sun energy just yet, because, and then there are some justifications to that, or some thoughts that you have, right? It's important to express those thoughts, but with unconditional love in mind, not looking down at the person, not judging them, but having the compassion and empathy, and remembering that at the end of the day, your goal is to reach this level of love, this level of harmony, and even euphoria. I'm hearing for some, you know. I like this saying, is like, is it more important to be happy or to be right? Right? Like, think about it. It seems like the universe is trying to tell you it's more important to be happy. So maybe let go of some things, right? Take it easy on the other person. But speak your truth, speak your how you feel, what's on your heart, on your mind. You know, that's the only way to solve it, to find compromise, to be able to find that alignment again. There's a good chance your person has something like that as well. So it's also about being open and letting them know that you're there to listen. You want to know what's going on their side. For your career space, we have 5 of Swords, 8 of Swords, and Justice. So this is pretty rough because it is about some lies somewhere where you had some hopes, you had some big expectations, and it didn't pan out that way, and you're maybe blaming yourself for that, right? You're thinking, am I really that stupid that I trusted it and people, you know, stabbed me in my back, or, you know, they got theirs, but they kicked me to the curb, whatever that scenario was, right? Like something unfair happened here. You're thinking like, how could I have been so gullible, so trusting, you know, right? There is this program that's replaying in your mind because you still can't believe that something like that happened. Could have been, for some of you, could have been that you got robbed or somehow lost the finances. But Justice is here to save the day, and it's bringing in some balance. It will depend, this impact will depend on how you deal with this, right? Because these are both minor arcanas. And this situation has been put on your path for a reason. So you can learn something from it and something about yourself from it. And definitely not for you to blame yourself, to have guilt and shame about it, right? So there is certain thing that you're supposed to do here, but know, and hopefully that's going to be reassuring, that the universe is taking care of you, and whatever, you know, unfair side of the story you had upon you, right? Whatever you lost, money, reputation, team, whatever it was, client, it's gonna be brought back to you. The abundance is coming back to you, maybe not in the same way, but trust that whatever was lost is gonna return to you and even multiply. But that part about multiply or how quickly it's gonna come back, you know, those things are really dependent on you as well. And how quickly, or if you're gonna learn the lesson, you're gonna get the wisdom out of the story instead of just feeling sorry for yourself or being critical of yourself. Neither of those are helpful, FYI. Let's get to the advice part. The High Priestess, the Knight of Wands, and the Nine of Cups. Yeah, definitely the wish fulfillment is in the picture if you don't hold back your passion and if you trust your intuition on it. So it's not going to be super obvious. It's not like, you know, one day you'll get an email and you'll have all the information you need to make the next step, or to invest in the right company or something, whatever it is, or to know what to say to the special person who is giving you mixed messages, right? Whatever the wish fulfillment is connected to. But it's not going to be that simple. But the universe is saying that you know the answer. Don't look out to the external sources of information to help you out, to give you a hand, to teach you. That's not going to be helpful right now. This is about your internal discernment. This is about going within and listening and understanding, or asking your higher power for help. asking your guides for help, meditation, prayer, all of those things, whatever your belief system is around it, right? But those are going to be helpful. As much as it may seem counterintuitive, especially if the question that you have for the dream is connected to something more material, but that's essentially the learning curve that you have right now on this phase, in this phase of your life. Let's get some messages in love for Capricorn. Please, messages in love. Okay, then I'll pick a message. Axe. Breakup, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment, abandonment. Yeah, so stop the pattern. That's exactly what I'm hearing here. What I'm getting is important. And we saw that if you think about it, both in personal and professional life, but even if we pay attention specifically to love life, it's about the conversation, but coming from the place of unconditional love. That's the change of the storyline, right? That's the plot twist. Because maybe, you know, the topic that you'll bring up with your person isn't the first time you're speaking about it. But the way you do it makes all the difference in the world. And maybe before you thought that the message is the main thing that matters, right? Yeah, obviously I'm frustrated or hurt or whatever, and it may, you know, the way it comes out may be harsh. But the key message is there, and that's the point. But in order to get the results, and again, reminding yourself that it's important to have an outcome where you're happy, not necessarily where you're right. Not in this case, right? Then the tone of the message, the words you use is all going to be very important. Hence the Knight of Swords here, right? That's the mastery or the skill of communication. All the details matter. The body language matters, etc., etc. We can continue. And yes, it doesn't, like, the knight doesn't necessarily know all the techniques and nuances, right? But it is somebody who wants to learn, to apply, to implement, you know, at least what they know, and to progress with their knowledge. Knights, not in this deck, but usually knights are about movement. So in this case, I'm actually seeing it even more of a contrast, that it's not necessarily about moving from point A to point B, but it's how you do it, right? It's maybe taking a break and understanding how you're going to present it in a way that the person can get the message and not get distracted with the tone or the vocabulary or whatever else may get in the way of that. Okay, I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you so much for being with me, guys. I love you all. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel. And until next time,